We're gonna go through a video section. You can see two videos that have lasted a fair amount, 56 minutes in both ways. I mean, that's almost an hour. That's almost like releasable. I can just vomit onto your subscription box, or I can make it actually good and reasonable. The story is to collect crowns, and I only collected 5. Yet last year I collected 13. But funny thing happens as I look back, and a crown is when someone hits 1,000 point milestone. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, that sort of shit. So if I type in birthday, I can go back 1 year behind because I've done the same exact event. But it felt more successful because bigger number, better, right? However, if you look back, there's a lot of stuff that I kind of just like didn't want to touch anymore, or they didn't upload it. So Aslan didn't upload. Tate McRae, as a musician, they're fucking slow, and I'm not impressed by her. But she's active. All right, she's still young, gotta be active. Kadikarus, man, he uploads like once a year. It's an hour of experience, but still once a year. Hearthstone sucks. Every single time. Like, every time I try to play it, it sucks. I guess I'm just tired of the same shit. Emma Watson never was relevant. Then you have 3 girls that got the crowns. Sweet Monica and Geo. Girls that I talk about in the Matrix. Wow. Now there's 4, I realized. There's my friends who kind of gatekeeping a flood of girls, I would imagine. Just a pure flood. Like, they have it and I don't. And that fucking sucks, bro. If your friends have something and you don't have it, then, like, you're gonna be jealous forever. Similarly, that's how it was with Sweet. And with the other one. Yes, there are apparently 4 breakups each. And I just forgot something. To add something. Because it's a little bit more complicated. This one's not complicated. I literally went out with the girl. And it's the first time I go out, technically. But technically we did with both girls. It's just, Sweet was already in a relationship, obviously with my friends, because my ability to reach people is very limited. They have to somewhat know me, apparently. Otherwise, they're just creeped out if they don't want to hang out in any way. It's just kind of fucking weird, man. But that's my reach. That's just how it goes. I have to make people comfortable first. And then they realize, oh, it's a pretty good option, yeah. Am I now? How did that happen? I'm the best option for anyone, but they let me fucking slide. Slip and slide. And again, breakups determine how far you are in life, because the women that you've met, they're not good enough to settle down with. They have too many flaws. And not enough claws, man. Yep. And they don't have enough principles to actually understand where you're going and what your goals are. Because they're not aligned. Like, if you're chasing money, they probably can settle down very easily. If you have a business and you can employ them, that's pretty crazy, right? You'll make a lot of friends that way. You'll attract a lot of people with money. But I'm not trying to do that in my life. I'm passing by because, like, well, it didn't work. And it would hurt me if I continue this path. tremendously hurt me. So yeah, I'm upgrading this matrix to a 4 because this it's always the best thing that can happen. 4 of something. But let's go back. So yeah, I touched on 3 girls. I will highlight them with the color that I don't use, which is orange. So Geo is over here. Monica and Sweet is over here. And now I added my friends in, which is like, but your friends are not girls. Exactly, bro. But they hang out with girls, bro, all the time. And now I can be like actually jealous of like, well, let me try, you know, and that sort of stuff. Like what's the fucking big deal? I wasn't recommended ever. I had to be the jealous person on the back burner forever. And this was just a reunion, basically, a friendship reunion as well that just kind of fucking burns into pieces. They want to build a business. They're kind of businessman type. The way they interacted with me, though, it was pretty selfish. Because, like, I just have ideas. I still have to work on that, and they want me to work on that. For, like, what reason? They don't give me nothing. But impatience. And a lot of negativity, I would say. Anyways. So yeah, update it. Like in the middle there is pink because I don't know what they would have recommended me. But I should have gotten something. You know, someone to talk to. Something that has been gatekept, I can tell. Negativity, rejection, discomfort. Yes, that's all the only memories that I've been able to create, and it's terrible. And you can't justify it very much. Like, I can do better anytime. I can improve. But what's gonna happen, right? Like, you can't settle down if you're required to improve. You're gonna go where improvement is. If you're not going upwards, no one's gonna settle down with you. If you want to improve more as a person, and not just improve the relationship desperately. I'm not exactly sure, again, how it all works. I just discovered this, and I'm very obsessed. The Heartbreak Matrix, but it's fascinating. There's also PewDiePie and Jax films, who kind of deads in reputation-wise. But yeah, they achieved their crowns. And technically, Jacksons have been uploading so much lately that I have had to review a little bit of content during my birthday, because that's cool, right? Azilan doesn't show up, though, but she broke 3,000 today, so congrats. And she's gonna, you know, help me fight Jacksons, hopefully. The only thing that didn't die in these 13 crowns, or was actually active, like, most of this, like, half of them are just dead and gone. Like, was there Linkin Park? No. We did Linkin Park this year. It's the only eerie one. But yeah, only thing that wasn't dead, like Griffin and Cyrix. Everything else, the girls are left behind. Hearthstone is dead to me now. I don't play it as often. I'm not obsessed. Just complete quest barely, and I still barely can force myself to do that. Yeah, there's nothing besides these two, right? Listal has broken as well, like it's unusable now. And the website is not being fixed immediately. So that's kind of very scary. That's a big deal to just die at 20,000 point of influence place. I mean, crazy, bro. Yeah. So, we'll review that. As I've said, Azzy gets 3,000. Ludwig gets 3,000. And he also has a pretty interesting arc in the story here, where he talks to YouTube CEO. Obviously, it's me. And he only asks one question, basically, that's based on this money matrix of retirement. A lot of YouTubers, they build a business and retire here. You know, they settle down with a business. I am actually chasing that crown that I just found. A hidden crown. Like, there's Mr. Beast with most subscribers. He has a throne that nobody can reach, obviously. But they could try. It still could be a goal to try. You can get a smaller crown of some kind. But it cannot be just like, oh, I got 10 million subscribers. You can't stop. You gotta keep fucking going forward with this shit. You can't settle down. Like, that's your achievement. You have to be bigger and bigger every single time. Every million matters. So you have Mr. Beast, which is like the opposite of me. Because my crown is YouTube CEO. Is to be ridiculously scary and to have the least subscribers. My content is significantly better than like most old men that upload. Mark Passio, Stefan Molyneux, bro. There's the actualized guy that makes spiritual content. Like, I'm better than all of them, fucking combined. Making podcasts, bro. Because I go straight to the point. And I actually visualize the ideas. And I don't have to show my face for it. And I dig deep, and I have problems to solve. Like, actual problems that I want to improve my life with. Not just, like, sit there and wait of, like, what other people are dealing with. I deal with shit all the time. And I don't have friends. And I focus really fucking hard on this thing. So the grind is real. And the grind is going somewhere, but it's not earning money. So I'm like, I don't quite belong here. It is pretty nice, even if you're smart, to grind for money. You can figure out a way to do it, eventually. And then you reinvest into yourself. Or you get reinvested into. I'm not sure what kind of idea I had, but I definitely slipped on that one. It's a very interesting one. I think even the idea of, like, friendship, right? If I buy friends, people to hang out with me, I just buy them, and I toss them away of, like, well, I don't actually want to hang out with you. Because I'll keep on finding cheaper and cheaper alternatives until I become popular, and then now I get to offer myself as a friend. See, like, I can flip the script by investing into my business, where my business becomes profitable. But that's how it goes. Like, you have to make those initial investments. You have to buy chairs and buy equipment and buy resources to bake potatoes with and all that shit. Like, to open a bakery, you have to have initial investment. It's always like that. And the best initial investment is some kind of experience that, you know, makes you a better person and makes you more popular and all that shit. It's a very interesting dynamic, I would say, to unlock that. But it's like dead and gone to me somehow. And I will still explore the wall that I could not break through. Like, what happened? I just had different goals. Like, I wanted to wait. I felt hurt, I guess. I noticed the bad parenting all around us that screws us over. And bad parenting that spits out bad people who cannot even communicate properly. But at least I can read them and what level they belong in. you know, and that I'm leaving them behind for real. That they have no chance because they're not clean enough for me to be happy in the end. There is a pollution matrix or a cake. 4 things that pollute the world with the demonic shit. This is how you find demons. I have said before, like, you find demons by noise. A lot of people are noisy. They, like, listen to music out loud or just talk out loud, just talk outside. Even that's loud enough because the 4 walls that you have are preventing you from being heard across, like, 50-meter radius. Like, you talk to someone outside, I will hear it, bro. If you're, like, loud enough. Sitting on a balcony on a phone, I'll still hear you. Instead of, like, being indoors. And if you don't know these, like, simple rules, you're gonna be an asshole, to say the least. You'll have to learn those lessons quick. If you don't want to, like, lose reputation. Sometimes getting in trouble is cool, I guess, but it doesn't actually yield anything most of the time either. It just puts you in the uncomfortable spots where you either make it or break it. You know, it's just messy. So, you know, I'm in trouble with my neighbors, sort of. They in trouble with me because they make a lot of noise. Recently, I was able to sleep. So that's pretty cool. Today, you know, like, how was I able to sleep without any noises? What happened, right? I couldn't quite understand, but that is how unusual it is right now. The noise pollution is real, and it gets into your head, and it distracts you. I mean, it's pain. Especially for smart people who do mental work every day. And there's a spot for my mom, for the emptiness solution. There's a spot for me, for uselessness. I try to be not bored. I try to make sure that everything is making progress. If I give up to my own demon, I'm toast, bro. I will have to settle down after all. There's negativity pollution, which is this purple thing. The wind elements. My friends. You know. That are sort of fun to hang out with until they become negative, until they close themselves off. It's just, then it's painful. It's unbelievable. As if I'm making the wrong moves. Like, that's not the case. Just grow some balls and clean your shit. But they try to dictate to me what I'm supposed to do, as if they're better than me. That's another thing that's probably, like, very interesting. They settle down and they think they're better than me. The moment I go this direction alongside with them, they think they're just better. That's not fucking true. That seems like shit. They don't respect that. They settle down as like, whoa, now you're just settling down with something. No, well, I tried. And you're being a little bitch about it. You occupy too much space, I guess. That could also be the case. Gatekeeping the whole thing. See, the gatekeeping is a pretty big deal. You must understand. If you have a group of people, you want the group of people to do different things, to complete different tasks. So when you come into that group of like, oh, this is gate kept and this is gate kept, so what can I do? You sit there pondering, trying to improve yourself to do actually something productive in that group. Being late is better, actually, because everyone is already busy. The work is already going to be done, and people will have to share resources no matter what. They can't just sit there and make you jealous. So they can do their work, and you just have to figure out if you can help at any point. You know, that's it. That's all you have to do. Just stay active. Try to not be useless. And that's all you gotta do. Across your lifetime, in a way. So you're not disappointed in your life. Of course, you have to gather self-esteem somehow. At least observe what other people are doing, observe what is possible, that sort of stuff. Anyways, it's a big deal, right? Like, we're going through my birthday and I'm still moralizing new ideas, baking new cakes. It's not that simple, it seems, in my life. And I'm failing the challenge of collecting crowns, even though there's more entities. There's more people that I know that have their YouTube channels, their careers, but I just got 5. It's almost like a simple day. I can probably scroll, and you can see I got 5 here. AVGN, movies, Victoria, hatred. A shitty kind of fight, but it's still a 5. And yeah, half of this is because I'm really exhausted that day. I'm starting to eat again since March 4th, since the challenge, and not thinking about what I eat anymore. I still haven't went to shopping, as my responsibility requires me to. Even though my mom can do it too, like, she can do it. And I will kick her out to do more things, but I will also respect if she's like seemingly has done for the day plenty of activity. I'll have to be more mindful of like who goes out for shopping. Because she can do some cool meals too. You know, I gotta let her fucking do that for shit. Yeah, I talked about this one little dot for a very long time. Because making me jealous is not a good friend, of course. It's too fucking narcissistic. It thinks that I'm supposed to handle everything myself. What, is niceness not allowed? Sharing not allowed? Is that how we live? It is very crippling, but hey, I'm gonna do the same thing to anyone. Like, I'll be able to detect their behavior. If they don't know how to share anything, well, they can't talk to me properly anymore. They don't got nothing. If you don't have something and your friends seem to have it, you have the right to be upset and invasive. It's just the right. Now you have a girlfriend. I want a girlfriend too. You can find another one. Hmm? You can help me by 10% now, because you're not occupied. You did it first. You have more skills at finding girlfriends, apparently. But, no help whatsoever. Right? Like, I'm busy doing other things, my friends. Potentially. Or I'm busy doing wrong things. It is so annoying to deal with this shit. As if they achieved something. But it's more like they hurt themselves just to have something, just to flex. But it's like, bro, the only flex that actually works is when you help other people and they get to appreciate your shit. You get the credit for helping, unless all of this is fake. So I still don't know, from the perspective of these assholes that I had to leave behind. From that perspective, like, how the fuck does that not work? Yeah, the only time someone shared something very significant is when I got to work at RuneScape, selling gold. I got to taste the business, and that was a very, very significant experience that I almost wanted to go back into, but yeah, it was cool. Like, they really care about this stuff. I noticed they really care. They really strive for that level of existence. It's quite interesting, but they're still nasty people to hang out with. So they cannot be my friends, to say the least. And they're not willing to give enough advice for me to establish myself in any way. So yeah, I was gatekept out of all these resources that they're gonna be mining. As if they're treating me as an NPC or something. Yeah, good luck. Good luck being smarter than me. Unfortunately, that's not gonna work. I have such a big Markiplier that it's as big as a dog, bro. Yep. Markiplier multiplier. So yeah, we're gonna discuss the Ludwig stuff and answer a question about money. Apparently, it took me very little time to answer. There's the YouTube CEO in there, in this little box, which is me. I don't look like this, but I'm just saying I hold a crown. There's no denying, bro. But this Neil boy, like, he's like, well, there's money, but there's time as a resource, and I have to do something productive and all that shit to be happy. It's like, wow, you sitting on a throne and you just like, oh, my motivation is time to spend time, quality time. Okay, have you made friends? Because like, as a YouTube CEO, you can do a lot of cool stuff and not just be technologically obsessed. Because technologically, I'm just scared. I don't want no more technological improvements. As long as they are, unless they are like not invasive, not like groundbreaking. Because I think we already like did way too much as it is. You tell me. There is this period of the Matrix since 1999, which is called the Internet period. Internet developing, which is a huge discovery that we can just plug some wires across the world, and now we share so much information. Then we get the Wi-Fi shit, we got smartphones, and now essentially we have established applications and discovered TikTok and all that shit. And we're delving into AI, but at this point I'm like, it's a little bit of a weird and complicated technology. And that could be dangerous. Not because of singularity, but because of how we use it as human beings. We can pollute the world. I have seen on like Pinterest ugly photos where you generate an ugly face. And I'm already like, oh shit, man, that's a nightmare. AI is gonna pollute more than actually help. But at least it made porn so much more cooler, it seems. Yeah, porn. Just the deep fake shit. And what else are you gonna fake but celebrities? That's all I care about, guys. What else am I gonna do on Listall and all that shit? Half of my job is to deal with women after all, which is very satisfying to see what they're up to. So he was asked by Ludwig one important question, just one out of everything that Ludwig asked. One of them is important. Ludwig doesn't seem to have a script, to have like a plan of like, we're gonna shoot this thing, we're gonna throw this grenade. Where's your battle plan, Ludwig? What a loser. His battle plan was to smoke weed or whatever, right? And play Valorant, but let's say Fortnite. Let's go on Tuesday. But instead he met with YouTube CEO and this. Alright. Okay, it's still me. He didn't actually meet me, but like there's a substitute for that. I'll just tell you that much. Like, Neil actually came to power after I declared that I'm YouTube CEO. So, like, think about it. Think about it, who actually done did it. I have YouTube videos that say 100 hours of watch time, or I'm still YouTube CEO. 200 hours of watch time. I'm still YouTube CEO. Alright? And I'll make more of these videos. because there's more features that I want to do. I want to see more features. I want to see 100 more features on YouTube. There's so much cool stuff we can do, and we're not moving fast enough, or not at least trying. Trying is pretty cool. So we ask how much money is enough money? This is why we're talking about motivation of time. And that was his answer of like, well, I'm motivated by time. I don't want to retire because there's so many cool things that's going to happen on YouTube. It's like, yeah, sure. And he's a part of that. Just kind of like a fanboy. All right, I'll take that. I'm a fanboy of them failing YouTube rewinds. And I'm like, I'll pick it up from here. Thank you very much. I can see through the cracks that they're not as smart as they pretend to be. Right? YouTube Rewind is still like really powerful event that they fucked up for no reason. They didn't have to do that. But they just cramped in more and more features, so to speak, that just turned into a mashed potatoes that nobody liked. But you still have to force through, despite nobody liking, not change or delete the format. You still have to push through. Like, it's just that simple almost, but like, it is what it is. They saw PewDiePie making rewinds, and they said to themselves, oh, PewDiePie is just gonna stay there forever and make YouTube Rewind forever. Well, it didn't fucking happen, didn't it? He retired. Unlike YouTube authorities, they can't retire. They hold an entire 2 billion people hostage to their screens. Like, come on, bro. They failed miserably. And they have to suck it up on that one. And if an authority fails something and never returns to that thing, which was supposed to be a big deal, that's a big enough crack for me to just get into and claim the crown. Get up close and personal to these people. So, yeah, he's talking about retirement, and that he's not planning anything, that he's motivated quite a bit, not by money, but something higher than that. So he's indicating this third level, the Game of Thrones position that I'm in as well, while Ludwig just wants to retire and make a bakery, basically. That was his plan, and he's like, in the end of the video, hey, I hope you'll visit me in my bakery, you know, like, all right. Like, a lot of people are retiring because they felt like, well, they went this route and they completed their journey, that there's nothing more to do. They got all the money. But how much money is enough money? For me, enough money is fucking 1 million would be enough money for the entire lifetime. Like, yeah, it's great to have a crazy luxury lifestyle, but even surviving is also pretty great. And making friends is also pretty great when you have money, right? You'll make a lot of friends very easily. It's like, bro, I was watching Stefan Molyneux, How to Make Friends. There's a simple answer. Do you have money? Well, no friends for you. How do I get girlfriends? Do you have money? Money. Every single fucking question you would ask as an NPC or as a business level minded person, I'll just have one answer to you. And it's so fucking frustrating that there's just one answer, but it's just one answer. You make money, bro. Throw money in the air because you've made money. Indicate that to other people. You will get their attention, whatever you want. It's just that simple, and it pisses me off, bro. Why? Why is so simple? But that's how the world is designed right now. Money, 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 why? Until you get to that crown level. My brain somehow skipped these two stages because I'm too scared to admit. Now, everything that matters is money, bro. Because to admit it is to say that to myself that I have to actually try and earn that shit. And holy shit, it's very difficult. Incredibly difficult to earn money. And you have to go door to door and sell potatoes as your first step. to success, bro. You have to build a business. I don't know what that means. I don't know how many rules I have to follow. I have to now knock into a business door and like analyze everything, collect all the data. It's a commitment. It's a commitment that very painful for me. I can still do it, but not with all these heartbreaks that told me that, well, you're not making enough money in the end. Except I am. If you make money, I can make your money more efficient. And if you haven't noticed that, the problem is on you. You're the problem. I can make you more money efficient. I can upgrade your shit. I don't want it personally. I don't need it. See, but it's very difficult to prove that, and I still have to establish, I still have to think for them, and have to salvage a relationship, which is not worth salvaging. Unless it catches up on me. I don't know, bro. What's possible? Anyways. So yeah, 1 million is enough. YouTubers want maybe 20 million. I don't know, bro. But being a billionaire, like, who are you? What do you want? What's going on, bro? Are you okay? I want to help humanity. I got billions because it happens. Yeah, but now you can still help humanity with your money. So why that's not going on? Like, Elon Musk will not help humanity by just promising things and barely delivering an electric car as an idea. Wow, that collects the most data out of all the cars. So I wonder what happened there. Lobbied by fucking governments and collects data. Like, obviously. It's obviously the most invasive first iteration of an electric car. And then became too popular. And then he steals more data, this Elon Musker, by buying Twitter. So guess what's going on right now? You know, this fucking dude just comes into your house like Sniper Wolf is doxing you right now. Stealing your data and sharing it to other people. This little fucking husk boy. I've just figured out, like, what's going, like, this shit just peeled off. It's crazy. So yeah, some people want to survive. I like surviving. Some people want to build a business. I will like that if I get the opportunity to. And then you would say, but like, why did you not fill that opportunity? Like, what's the big deal? Hey, I'm surviving without doing any work. So I have also ridiculous amount of free time. What else are you gonna buy if not free time? I have big brain that allows my free time to be quality time with minimal amount of money spent. In fact, not spending money is a quality time for me. It's a very interesting thing to do. To spend the least amount of money for maximum amount of result. I can do that. I can laugh at other people who think money is everything, because it's not. In life, money is not everything. At some point you hit a brick wall and you have to readjust your values. And that one brain cell is not going to carry you anymore. It's a brick wall for these people. It's just death. You carry a conversation to a certain point and they collapse. Because they think it's all about money. Oh, fuck yeah. None. Just you wait. So, yeah. I'm already retired, technically. I already have enough, resources to move on in my life. Like, great. But I'm not going to make babies. I'm concerned that I don't have enough money for other people. Just me. I'm established. I'm cool. I'm chilling here. I just need peace and quiet now to be able to move on properly. But that's cool. We have visited Linkin Park. Here's the 5 crowns that I've accumulated. So YouTube Rewinds, that was pretty interesting. alongside with the React channel almost. So there's React channel, YouTubers reacting to YouTube Rewinds. That's a pretty cool thing to look at, right? And I'm probably going to look at it more in depth. YouTubers React channel is a pretty big deal in general. Despite the cancellation and turning into this leftist nonsense place where they just react to Disney songs or whatever, like some nonsense. We're gonna discover what's going on in there, dig deeper. There's Will Smith appearance, because I held these things back because I didn't want to give them points. I don't like them. But now with my cookie system, I just summon this box and I can level up a person to 1,000 milestone very easily. Have I not done one of these? Like Moon shows up. Great. Hightail, obviously. Hightail could be upgraded right now. But we definitely gonna use all the time, because I've done this video twice now. I have plenty of material. So yeah. That's cool. Moving on. Has the crowns. There's this Schoolgirls group that I've also covered. It's a Lithuanian group that came back and upgraded their songs. How's it called? Rebooting? It's not a remix. It's like coming back after a very long break and making new versions of songs that sound way better. More modern take on old school shit. So I guess that word just gotta be stuck for me. But yeah, they rebranding, they coming back. And it's very interesting to listen to that new shit. There's Shane Dawson upload about conspiracies. And a big topic that he touches on is alien invasion or orchestrated alien invasion. And apparently it's like scary for him. Yeah, I am the alien. I'm the smart person in the fucking room. I'm the alien. I'm the one that you didn't pay attention to this whole time because of narcissism. So you'll have to, unfortunately, pay attention now. I have my own alien language of elements and shit. I have big brain and big eyes to observe everyone around me. So, like, how am I not an alien? Try and disprove that somehow. I also try to play Trackmania, like I normally do. And guess what happens? There's a paywall here. I can't do anything. It's a paywall. You gotta be kidding. My most favorite game just paywalled itself. I thought it was bad enough. It's $20, and I can sort of afford it. But I'm like, bruh. You know, like, there's other racing games that I can just fucking take for free and leave you behind, my dear Trackmania. But it is good enough to be paywalled. At the same time, I sort of understand. But at the same time, fuck you, alright? I'm not gonna sit here and pay $20 for this shit that I just complete over, like, 5 hours. I think you have to also pay every single year, and subscriptions are the most painful shit to deal with, even if it's just a one-time purchase, because I just don't like the way it's all presented to me. So fuck you, Trackmania. They fucked it up, man. I played Balatro alongside with Raran in Raffle, and I felt slow and stupid when I did it, because I did it in like 20 minutes, and I failed one time, so it adds up to like 40 minutes, while they just cleaned the Yu-Gi-Oh thing in like 12 minutes, 13. Now it's crazy, bro. I have to train harder, bro. This is not acceptable. I thought I was the smart one around here. They even took that away from me. Unbelievable. And they went toe-to-toe as well. That was fascinating. Apparently, Balatro is not as straightforward as it seems. Like, I literally failed where they both succeeded. It's crazy to me. And then finally, I just visited Aziland, do my Instagram date. Apparently, Belle Delphine right now is asking for something. But fuck you. No one likes you, bro. What happened that she has to upload 3 videos within 2 weeks? Or 4 videos? What just happened? Running out of money? Trying to claim some kind of crown? Is it Dark Horse? Because that looks related. I don't know what Dark Horse means. I'm just thinking about Trojan Horse. You know, wait. Fuck that shit. I visited Stefan Molyneux and desperately looked at Trackmania, but then immediately got this paywall screen. I visited Stefan Molyneux because he's the coolest guy, but he gets attacked so often by stupid questions to the point where he has to say, "Stop asking stupid questions," as a title of Ask Me Anything. Man, you can't get more fucked than this. Ask Me Anything format, but they're stupid questions. That's all he does, though. He just sits there and answers people's questions. It gets boring and slow. So slow. He knows how to tell a story, but sometimes even her storytelling is invasive. And most of the time you heard the example before. So yeah, there's the call-ins and the answer the question moments. Why does he not make specialized videos? Because when he did, it was pretty fascinating. I still remember to this day because I said, this gotta go viral, this video that he just made. It's now deleted. YouTube, shoved him out of the system. We're not on YouTube watching this thing. But man, I respect the guy, especially when he's tackling the biggest problems, which is the preferable human behavior. Yeah. He knows that. But then he gets stupid questions of like, when is the age of consent supposed to be? How to determine that in a free society when there's like no real... It's like I don't know. Stop asking me this question. I mean, you gotta do something. You gotta contemplate somehow. You can't just be like upset about it. Hopefully it's interesting enough. If it's not interesting, you can just throw that question away. And no one's gonna be offended. Like, it's kind of crazy that he's being tormented when he has all the power. He has all the power to just change the format properly so he's not relying on other people and their input. Fascinating to me. So, yeah. There's nothing to go back to. There's nothing to praise here. He's kind of a broken man. But you might still find some cool ideas, I guess. And now the final destination was the moon. And this is where I still have like 12 more minutes to figure shit out. But the thing that ruined the video is the complexity of the Matrix. You see, I've decided and I've settled down that, well, every 2 years since COVID, I'm like, shit, there's a pattern. There's a 2-year pattern of some kind. So there's 2 years here, there's 2 years over here, there's 2 years here. So every 8 years, we go from up to down and down back up again. Every 8 years. But also there's a pattern of every 25 years, we switch the clock forward. The actual major clock. That you can barely split into like 6 years, 6 1/4 years. which makes it very ugly. And it doesn't align with just a general sense of time. So it's hard for me to put everything into perspective right now, and hard to talk about it. It's unrefined information. For me, I'm like, we went through the government uniting for a cause, the businesses uniting for a cause. Now we have to unite for a cause. The leadership has to unite and lead people to liberation of some kind. Because we have broken through the technological requirements. Well, there's new stuff to establish. So leaders who actually have the technology, have the capacity to improve life significantly, they have to overthrow certain authorities who are seemingly corrupted and useless and pisses us off. Or just people who act like authorities who think they're just gonna make a bunch of noise and get away with that shit. We have the opportunity to purge and say no to these people. If we're smart enough, we can do it. We can unite and commit this thing. Overthrow authorities for us to establish something. And authorities can take our place eventually when we get bored. You know, when it's truly established and it's more of a repetitive work with people instead of leadership across the new and unexplored territories. So it seems that we already crossed over. It seems like we're already in the new age already. Instead of focusing everything on money, there's something else opening up, which is called AI. I mean, it's going to empower you to do crazy things, make music, make good videos, impress people in so many ways, or just make porn. That also works if you're that desperate. So we opened up the portal for a new way of life, but we haven't really established it. And some people are still going to use the old things. So we have to purge as many of these people as possible, as quickly as possible, to let them know you can't live an old way anymore. It's new. We have to throw them out. We have to show the new things as best as we can. Even I have to, maybe show something to my doctor. Maybe he's waiting for something desperately. I need to somewhat research and somewhat care of where are we going with this. Maybe it's, all this is a sign. Because not only it was a sign to go to a doctor's place and be like, oh, everything kind of resets because he didn't see anything wrong with the numbers. But it's just painful. I will have to research basically. But yeah, I've met also the neighbor on my way there. And if it's what? How does that work? I met my neighbor, but I remember when I used to be a kid, I was dragged into a hospital so fucking often. It was a place I knew very well now. It was a place we go because I got a running nose or something. For minor issues. You get sick, you need to be tested. For your physical shit almost every year, whether you can go to school, all that shit. So it wasn't crazy that I met my neighbor with the kid going to the hospital. It's just their second fucking school environment for them. For me, it's a nightmare of I don't want to have children. Look at all these fucking responsibilities that you have to go through. My mind will explode. I don't like hospitals. That's it. I just don't like that place. What am I supposed to get from that? You have to go from one place to the other and they do shit. Imagine I don't know how they do it on is there physical exams then they check your health in America, because that seems expensive, to say the least. That seems like something that has been skipped in their schools. Especially, there's so much diversity, you probably don't want to do it. I don't know. It's weird. So let's check the moon thing. He exaggerates a lot of shit. And he released an hour-long video, which happens to be the longest video ever on his channel. The highest he went is like 50 minutes or something. So, congratulations. You're now in my territory. And I don't like that. He's a cool dude, but like... he exaggerates to the point where like, oh, Americans are stupid. That's nice sometimes. For people to be stupid, they're being nice. They're allowing you to take authority if you want. Some of them just, again, settle down for shitty things. So it's nice. Yeah, I just kind of like destroy this thing. That's just makes you more social, makes you less intimidating if you're stupid. Sort of deliberately. Sort of not caring about having too many brain cells. In Europe, it's different. We want to be smart because we're not as social. We're more of a, you know, independent in a way. Or at least trying to be. I don't know. I'm still discovering Europe, my friends. So let me just watch more of this stuff, but it's mostly exaggerated.
They were kind of inevitable, but the old ways still had their reasons and benefits for the functioning of society as a whole. One of the most harsh losses was the sense of community.
Like, he's talking about loss of reason, now loss of sense of community. Bruh, America never fucking had that. It was never a thing. At least it's not the most main thing that Americans are known for. They're just escapees who found more lands to populate. That's it, bro. That's socialism for you. More land, more freedom. America. Let's fucking go. Making babies. Let's go. Let's populate this place. That was the American dream, is to just populate the fucking area as much as possible. And they did it. They have the biggest GDP. What's wrong? What are you complaining about? And they sort of have national debt where they indebted to the rest of the world for fucking around. And now they have to sort of repay their debts. But first they have to lose a sense of community. Thank you very much. That's a good place to start. Anyways, see you guys next time. Moon doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and he's not gonna get his first 1,000 anytime soon. Soon, Moon. Yeah, that's gonna rhyme. Anyways, bye-bye.